PUAtraining.com.
Hey guys, it's Rich, and in this video I'm going to be talking about approach anxiety. And this is something that lots of guys suffer from, sometimes from time to time, and sometimes it's just chronic and you can't get out there and do everything. First, I want you to think about why you might have it. Some guys are afraid of other people seeing. I remember when I started, I didn't want to approach girls in coffee shops because there were other people sitting around, they'd hear what I'm saying and it'd be really embarrassing. Second reason might be that you're scared of the reaction that the woman might give you. You know, maybe you're scared that she'll swear at you, slap you, or there'll be some other kind of extreme reaction. Guys that are very polite might be scared, you know, just of bothering people, and they don't want to disturb people when they're kind of going about their business. The final reason might be that you're worried about the actual result that you're going to get. So you put so much pressure, you know, it's been so long since you had a girlfriend, so long since you got laid, so there's so much pressure on the approach that you don't actually take a step and do it. So let's talk about how you can overcome each of those and kind of what I did back in the day and how I got comfortable approaching how you can do the same. First thing is kind of a fear of being in the spotlight, a fear of people watching, that kind of self-consciousness that when you're talking to a girl, she's looking at you and you're just feeling the pressure. Something you can do for that is you can do something like an acting class, an improv class, look for a weekend workshop in your area, something that will put you on the spot and have eyes on you and put you under pressure. Public speaking, anything like that will do the same thing. The second thing that you're worried about is the reaction that the woman might give you. So, you know, you're worried that you'll get slapped or that she'll swear at you. Something that you can do to make sure that the reactions are always good is to do a few approaches where you approach and you say, listen, don't want to bother you, I just wanted to tell you that, you know, you look incredibly stylish, or I love your fashion, or you look completely stunning and I just had to tell you, okay, have a nice day, bye-bye. And you're just going in and you're brightening her day by giving her that compliment, and you're not asking for anything in return. So you're going to get this experience of putting a smile on women's faces so that, you know, it takes away that worry about bothering them and also the worry about the reaction that you're going to get. Of course, that's just a small part of it. Some more things that you can focus on include state. And I used to spend a lot of time working on my state before I'd go out and do approaches. I used to do 12-hour one-on-one training days, and my rule was that I would have to demonstrate for the first hour and demonstrate everything perfectly so that the guy could then go on and be, you know, approaching and know what to do. So before I'd go out, in the ideal situation, I'd do a few things. I'd be prepared, so I'd have some openers and some things I could say if I'm really stuck, you know, if I can't think of anything spontaneous. The second thing I would do is I would visualize for maybe 30 minutes, going and using those openers, hearing the response, then thinking about what I'd say next, and actually visualizing, lying down with my eyes closed, visualizing approaches from beginning to the number close or instant date or whatever the end would be. And finally, right before I go out, I'd play some music that gets me in the zone. Everyone has some tracks that get them into state, and I'd leave the house and I'd walk out and I'd feel extremely confident in those moments. Then I'd meet the guy and I'd immediately have to go in and do some approaches. And I did maybe 40 of those training days, and by the end of it my state got to the point where I didn't need to do that every time. Now I don't need to, you know, play music and stuff before I approach girls. It's kind of inbuilt, but in the beginning it was very good to have that motivation. So be prepared, write some things down, have some things to fall back on. And another thing you can do is have some missions. So go out in your lunch break on a weekend to a mall, whatever it might be, and say, okay, I'm going to do 10 approaches. I'm going to do 5 asking, you know, opinion, 5 asking for directions, 5 asking for recommendation for this, 5 sincere compliments. Whatever feels most comfortable for you, decide it beforehand, before you've even looked at a girl, before you've seen anyone, and then you won't have that as a reason to hesitate. What else can you do? You can have either a buddy or a trainer. So go to a forum like npuaforum.com, find someone in your area and go out together and arrange that you're going to push each other. A good little thing you can do is flip a coin, and whoever loses the coin flip is first to approach. And it doesn't matter if it's you or him, because after that approach, you're going to push the other person in, and you're going to take it in turns, going back and forth. Get some missions online, get some ideas of things to do, be prepared, dress your best, feel confident as possible in that situation, and go out and make sure the time's not wasted with wandering around, looking at women, but not doing anything. So you can do that. You can go out with a buddy. They don't need to be an expert. If you do go out with an expert trainer, it is something like, you know, going to the gym with a personal trainer. They'll be able to push you, they'll be able to correct you, and so that's another way you can get through it. Approach anxiety is something that is best dealt with shock therapy and kind of rapid, big action. So be prepared, go out and don't just do one approach, do 100 if possible. Don't focus on the result, don't focus on getting laid, getting numbers, getting dates. In the beginning, just focus on approach after approach after approach. And like I said, opening and having an excuse to leave, you know, getting out of there and saying, you know, have a nice day, that's fine. Do that, and at least you won't be afraid of those first few seconds. So guys, that's a few tips on overcoming approach anxiety. Really wish you the best, and if you're suffering from it right now, then please, I hope this video gives you motivation. Go out there right away and do 5 approaches. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you soon on another video.